And welcome to the Big T Show. I am Big T, and we are back. Big Boomer in it as always. Just making sure everything's going right. How is everyone doing? Let me see. Just make sure. Yeah, we sound good. We're ready to go. Beautiful fall afternoon, October. Man, I love every season. I always talk about this, but as a fat person, the fall and the spring is priceless. Especially in New York City, living by the beach, it's still a little crisp. But it's just beautiful out, man. It's just fucking beautiful. I'm happy. I'm ready to go. My coffee machine broke. I had to go in my mom's storage to get some watered down shitty coffee, but I needed. I never really not have coffee, and I was actually feeling it, and I don't like that fucking feeling. I don't do Coke anymore. Now I'm not have coffee. Like, what kind of world is this? Did the fucking terrorists win that we can't have coffee and Tom Farrell can't have Coke, Big T, whatever my name is? What was I gonna say? Beautiful fucking day. Beautiful big day for me. Big October's heating up with some shows. Had a show Friday in Rockaway. Love the Moonlot. Love those people, these Thai street food. I'm eating this spicy chicken shit. I don't even know. They have ice cream, mango ice cream with coconut ice cream with mango on top and like blue sticky rice on the bottom. Rice and ice cream. You know I'm autistic. That's sensory overload right there. I was fucking scoop. I was trying to my fat ass was trying to get past the ice cream to mix the rice with the ice cream. That sensory, that the textures. Oh, phenomenal. Awesome show. Tonight, again, shout out to Ryan Reese. The man has blessed me so many times, from being on stage with Jeff Ross, TJ Miller, Rich Voss. Just am I even bringing Mark Norman down to the fucking Sugar Bowl in Breezy Point? Like, I can't express enough my gratitude and just gratefulness of what I mean, fucking being his friend and him blessing me with the stage time, and I'm ready to fucking go. Big show tonight. Two shows tonight. One show tomorrow at the Beach House, a place I've been on stage before, frequent all the time when I'm not on stage, because the food is phenomenal. They'll change the decor and the menu hundreds of times. Every time it might be something different. It's like a gender reveal party. One day the walls are pink, next day it's blue, and then we're going Caribbean. In the beginning it was seafood, phenomenal seafood also. Then the burgers now. It's just, I like going there because the food is awesome. You're getting city comedy shows, like a cellar performance in Long Beach, 20 minutes from where I live, and the people are awesome, man. I just love Long Beach in general. And I never said this guy's name out loud. Dave Koshner, Whammy, from the sports announcer from Anchorman. I never knew he did stand up. He's the headliner tonight. No disrespect, Dave. I will introduce you tonight. He reposted my flyer on his story, which is just cool. You know what I mean? Fucking Hollywood guy reposted Big Tits, Big Pics, his fucking flyer. I was like, wow, this is fucking awesome. It's just, I just think it's cool. But I'm ready to go. I want to burn the stage down. I've been really feeling good up on stage. Still always a work in progress. Always trying to get better. But I'm ready to go right now. I'm pumped to be on stage. I got a lot of my friends who support me my whole fucking life and had my back when I was toxic and very not having back compatible, or whatever the fucking term is. I had weak coffee. I'm usually drinking rocket fuel. I'm drinking fucking coffee piss. But I needed to wake up a little. But yeah, I'm ready to go. My friends are gonna be there. I know Kira got some tickets for tomorrow, and Ryan Reese, Killer. What's the name? Fucking drawing a fucking blank. But Joe Mackey's on one of the shows. He's fucking hilarious. And Dave Koshner. I just shut the fuck up because I'm digging myself a hole not being able to say this man's name. But I can't listen. Is it data? You know what I mean? Like, fucking, those are tough words to say. Fucking. So is his last name, but fucking, I'm ready to fucking go. Big show next week also in Island Park, which is like Long Beach. It's special to me because at the Andrew Dice Clay show we went for my birthday. Danny from Lenny and John's, and now his own Long Beach Brewery Company. years, 80s, 90s. We lived right across the street from Lenny and John's on Kings Highway in Flatbush. And my dad used to deliver for him back in the day, and Joe and them. And Danny was always just cool as fuck. Very nice to my mom. My mom would always pick up pizza on Friday, Lenny and John's. I still go there. And he has a brewery. And I ran into him at the Dice Show. And he's like, oh, I saw you doing comedy, Matt Vita. And I'm on the show. And I want to perform because I know this guy forever. You know, he knows me since I was a fucking knucklehead. You know what I mean? Like even as a young kid, I'm always a knucklehead. And I want to show him, the fucking what I'm doing now, and I can't wait for that show. That show's just like a special show for me, and even like in the sense of the guy Matt Vita, who I know through Ryan from the Ryan Show, which is my fucking boy. Who I know I called myself Tom Farrell in the beginning, but he's the one who said brand yourself as Big T. He came to one of my shows down here, and what the fuck is this? Why is that popping up? All right. He came to one of my shows down in the neighborhood. He's not from here. He's from Long Island. He's like, everyone's calling me Big T. He's like, yo, you got to be Big T. That's who you are. Tom Farrell may be on your license, or Thomas Farrell. Like, so that's where, when I stumbled earlier, I called myself Tom Farrell, which is my fucking name. But he's like, yo, it's all about Brandon, and you're Big T. He heard everyone, hey, Big T, hey, Big T. And it was when we used to do coke. Well, they're still doing coke, but I used to do coke and drink. Be like, oh, Big T, let me get a blast. Big T, give me a belly bump. Like, we just hit home runs. Like, it was the World Series or something. People like doing belly bumps off the fat guy. Maybe me jumping. I don't know. But that's a special one because, Lenny and John's is... Oh, the guy Matt Vita, who I met through Ryan, is hosting the show. His, they're really good friends is this guy, Chris Griggs, who was the teacher at the class I took to become that started all this comedy shit. You know what I mean? Like, I stopped drinking at my boy's wedding. I drank one last time because I won a bunch of money in Vegas at his bachelor party. So I thought I owed it to him. Be fun, but it was over. I didn't feel drinking wasn't what I wanted to do anymore. I was like, I was done. It became a job, and I don't like to work. And it just took a lot. 36 beers, a handle of vodka, a fucking bottle of Fireball or cheap whiskey just to really get you going. Like, I don't have time to fucking 14 beers. No, I'm gonna have a beer, a shot, beer. Like, I need to get drunk. It took a lot, and just randomly smoking a joint before bed. Oh, I didn't even light my joint yet. Smoking, I'm like, no, the joint before bed, it was probably like midnight-ish, and sitting in the dark, probably watching the Food Network or whatever the fuck I was watching, Travel Channel, food shit. And my friend's ex-girlfriend, who I still followed, was at it looked like someone performing. I was like, oh, what's this? So I clicked on the location, and it said The Pit, and I said, oh, what the hell is this? So I Googled it, and like classes came up right away, comedy classes. And this is 3 or 4 weeks after not drinking, and when you're not drinking, you have time on your hands. Like, I had girls ask me when I was younger, please stop drinking. And I'm like, and girls probably worth stop drinking for, maybe, I don't know, maybe at the time. And I was like, what the fuck am I going to do all weekend? This is what I do all weekend during the week. Like, I legit couldn't wrap my brain around what am I going to do all weekend? Like, all my friends are drinking, what am I going to do? And after like a couple of weeks of not drinking, and everything was going good. I was riding a bike a lot, smoking weed, and this class popped up, and I said, you know what? If I don't have to get up to get my credit card, I'll sign up for this class. It was just one of those weird moments, sitting in the dark, smoking a joint before bed. I was able to do like PayPal or whatever the fuck it was. A couple weeks later, the class, and the guy, Chris Griggs, was the teacher. Good, bad, or ugly, like me or not, I don't give a fuck. But that moment was always special to me because I know this guy, and I was reading out of a composition notebook, the black and white notebooks that I guess subconsciously I wanted to do stand-up. I was writing jokes. I'm making people laugh. I was always doing that, being a clown. I love being a clown. I always say, like, reading the Scholastic reading comprehension when I was in like second grade, and like always getting in trouble already, third grade, whatever it was. I remember one of those stories was Clown College, and I was like, it inspired me. I'm like, oh, and there's a clown college? these colleges, like, clowns are respected. You know what I mean? Like, people want clowns, and like I was like, there's hope for me, you know. And I signed up for this class, and that guy Chris Griggs and Matt Vita is running the show next week, and it's just those little connections. You know what I mean? Like 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon or whatever that shit is. Sorry about that. I needed to smoke. Then the following week, I have a fucking this lady Isis, who's cool as fuck. Cool as fuck, has me hosting a show at an art gallery with some couple of really good comics, and this headliner, this kid Eagle Witt, who's like already performs at the Cellar, um, a touring comic, and he's gonna be a big thing. He's already like ascending into the stars, and I'm hosting that, and there's like a dance party afterwards, and like it's just October's heating up. You know, at the end of the month we got Halloween. I'm gonna go. I'm back doing my Halloween costumes. I just ordered it last night. I got the white hazmat outfit with the white gloves. I got the white wheels already. A white scarf. Painted my whole head white. Blue eyes. I got the white chef's hat, and then there was a Pillsbury hat with a patch on it, and I just won the bid on eBay. It was like best offer. I offered him like $30, and and I'll paint my whole face white because I'm allowed to. The blue eyes, and I'm gonna be the Pillsbury Doughboy. You know, I'm a baker. Bake what your mama gave you. Edibles. I'm fat. Pillsbury Doughboy. People press my belly. Ha ha ha. Shit like that. And Halloween's at the end of the month, and I'm gonna hopefully get on stage. I performed as King Kong Bundy one year, which was fun. I had the leotard, and fuck, I look like King Kong Bundy, and people were into it. It was awesome. So we'll see what happens towards the end of the month, comedy wise. But I know I have at least one party, and I got the outfit now to be the Pillsbury Doughboy. But yeah, man, we're gonna get to the big tits, big picks of the week. I think it's week 5. It might be down 1,000 of the year. Them no worries about a ting, like Bob Marley said. I don't know if he said that. Maybe some Jamaican dude with knowledge of life. And back-to-back weeks, missing by one team. You know, it could have been up 7,000 for the year. Could have been up 38,000 in my real life. But those are the breaks. You know, this is gambling, not winning. But we're going to get them. We're going to crack them. I like the picks this week with the chance for an afternoon hedge and be done early. But yeah, man, like I said, Philly last week. Shout out to everyone that really loved the Harry post I did on Instagram, the big tits, big picks, not of the week, my Instagram handle. I went in on Harry last week, and he deserved it. He deserved an hour. But, I just had a great time in Philly, being away with my girl, and who's probably my number one supporter, and Carly, the little dog. I don't know if I had Carly on the air. It was a niece's dog, a dad and mom's dog, and we're taking care of it now. And I absolutely fell in love with this Pomeranian, this little fox. She's in there sleeping. She's a fucking lazy bitch. She sleeps like 1:32. I keep checking in the room when I don't have the trainer. I'm like, yo, I want to play with this dog. When is she gonna wake up? You know what I mean? Like, she's a little older, but I let her sleep. I keep checking in the room. And I fell in love with this dog, man. And we had it last weekend. And Kira has this pouch. I take her out on the bike now when I return videotapes. And she loves it, man. I fucking love her. Listen, I never wanted a dog because picking up this shit. And Kira's the best. She walks her most of the time. Once or twice I had to pick up the shit. It's not the worst thing, but who the hell wants to do that every day? Twice a day. Like, it's a little disgusting. But I love that fucking dog, man. And dogs are awesome, man. And like my life, I try to microdose, smoke really good weed, be happy, go to the gym, ride my bike, do things that make you happy. Then you add a dog into the mix, and that love they give you, it's just adding another layer. It's like adding like bacon to a cheeseburger. The cheeseburger was good by itself. Now we're adding bacon to it. All right, now the burger's even better. And that's what this dog's doing to my life, and I fucking love him, man. And just I got the Mets hat on. The Mets got eliminated. But like I was thinking of this with the dog because I seen something online or someone in the group text, like someone got in trouble for ordering porn and they blamed it on the dog. The dog hit the remote, and just being this beautiful fall weather, and my friends FaceTime me from the Delta Club at the Met game, playoff games, which I'm normally would be at, but no, I guess me going to the beach and going to the Met games just is so much history of me drinking and doing lots of coke and and it looked great. I'm like, this is the fall weather, Mets playoffs, like it's baseball, and like, and then I'm reading the article about the dog ordering porn, and it just made me think of a couple years back. My friend, my friend's boss came to a Met game with him. I never met him in my life. He was a little out there, but who I don't judge people. I'm cool. I'm doing my own thing. I'm getting jacked up. I'm gambling. I'm drinking. As long as I'm doing my thing, you know. And we end up back at my place on 124th, and we're doing coke. My other friend, whose boss it was, he lived down the block, and that's one of the unsung things in life. When someone you grew up with, or one of your boys, when you're older and doing your own thing, getting apartments, move in and become your neighbor, really close to you or on the same block, because now you do everything together. You know what I mean? Like you were cool before, now you're even cooler, and that's what it was. We hung out even more, and we're the place to be with, like where we partied was my place because I had all the coke, and you know what I mean. I don't give a fuck about the noise and everything else, like a piece of shit. Well, the guy who was the landlord was dating my mom. He deserved it, but I we were there partying, drinking. Like it was like a Wednesday night in the fall or whatever. And next thing you know, he's like Atlantic City came up, and I love Atlantic City. I usually go for my birthday every year, and like people bash Atlantic City, but people bash stupid things all the time. People are just retarded. Like someone bash something, I'm gonna go check out why it's good. You know what I mean? Like there's still good restaurants. There's still a nice beach. I know I live on the beach. Like shut the fuck up hating on Atlantic City. You know what I mean? Like there's great people watching. Yeah, like we're not investing in Atlantic City. We're going for a night and then we're leaving. You fucking retards. And we go down. Next thing you know, he's like, I'm jacked up. This is like probably like 11, 12 o'clock at night. He's like, I've never been to Atlantic City. I'm like, let's go. And next thing you know, we're in his little hatchback Toyota. I don't even know, something hatchback. You know, it wasn't a big car. And we had to go, he had to go get clothes. Like maybe we do something in the bag, more drugs, who knows? Probably no shirts or clean clothes. We had to go somewhere in Queens, and he had like a weird apartment. And he kept calling Mountain Dew Mellow Yellow. And I was like, it's Mountain Dew, bro. Like it's on the bottle. Later in life, I think I've been at like Five Guys Burgers. There is Mellow Yellow, but like he was drinking Mountain Dew and rum, big handle of fucking rum. We grabbed that, and now we're driving down there, jacked up. You know what I mean? Like fucking. I think this is the clothes on my back and the drugs in my pocket and whatever cash I had on me, and we're just having a good time, fucking bullshit and get down there. Now, by the time we get down there, yeah, I'm coked up, but I'm also wrecked. I'm drinking this Mellow Yellow and rum, and my friend would always get. We had a little bit of a falling out, but he was a degenerate gambler. Got free rooms, suites. At the time I got married, we bachelor party. He had suites at the fucking. I think it was the Showboat at the time. It's closed down now, but a beautiful suite because he was such a degenerate. So I go there, and they're like, I'm like, I got the room. Don't worry. I go up. I tell them my friend's name. And they're like, where do you live? And I vaguely remember that the number. I know the house, but I don't know the exact address, you know? So I'm like, 164, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, I'm like 169. They're like, no, I'm like 166. Like, no, like, sir, what's your birthday? And I remember his birthday sometime in January. And I was like, January 24th. And I'm like bombed, probably coke dripping out of my nose. I never wiped it away. People are like, you have shit on your face. Like, no shit. I'm going to keep wiping it. I'm going to keep doing it. Like, just leave it there. Who cares? I don't give a fuck. And they're like, sir, how do you not know when's your birthday or where do you live? I go, I had a fucked up childhood. My parents would beat me, and I try not to think about my childhood, but that's my mail address. Said some cockamamie shit like that. And then this guy, Mike, stepped in, and he was like, yeah, let me talk to my friend. He's been drinking a lot. He's calling me Mike or whatever. And he stepped in, and with the bullshit I gave, was able to get us a free room. I'm like, I can't believe this worked. This might not work now, but this worked in 2007, 2010, whatever the fuck it was. And so we go upstairs. We're fucking doing coke. We're downstairs gambling. Now I'm a little bit running out of steam because I probably was partying for a day and a half. So he's like, I'm gonna go back downstairs, still gambling. So he went downstairs, still gambling. Now I got the remote, and I'm fucking ordering. I remember Indiana Jones just came out, the new movie. I think I ordered that. Fucking, I was ordering porn, all this. Because when you're on coke, you get fucking horny. You get really horny. You probably can't perform. Anyone that's like, oh, I fuck good on coke, is a liar or an asterisk. You know what I mean? Like, good. Like, how the fuck? Like, we gonna take a Viagra and blow your fucking heart apart? But it was a free room, so I was just ordering porno after porno, trying to whack off. I was trying to do anything to help me get to sleep. I was exhausted at that point, fucking partying, running around, being a maniac, and driving all the way down to Atlantic City with this guy I never met in my life. And it wasn't even the first time I ever did this with the Atlantic City trip. There was another time, a couple times we did this, and so I wake up the next day. He's in there. He's like all like ready to go, like showered. He's like, I'm gonna go back downstairs and gamble. He comes back up. He's like, Tom, they're trying to charge us like $900. I'm like, what? He goes, someone ordered all this porno and stuff to the room, and he had it printed out. And he was reading the names of the videos I ordered, and he goes, but why did you order Indiana Jones twice? Like he specifically knew every movie, and he was naming like Asians with blacks, chicks with whatever. It was just like and I'm like, I don't know. I was probably rolling over on the remote and it kept ordering it. He's like, really? You got to knock down to like $150 instead of the $900. But like having a dog now, and she does step on the remote time to time. And like someone was saying recently that they got in trouble when the dog ordered porn, and then like the Mets, they're out of the playoffs now. But last week had me thinking about this story and just drinking and reminiscing, and the time I rolled over on the remote and ordered $900 worth of porno, not even as myself, in my friend's room that I pretended to be him, and they gave us the fucking room. And the next day he was like, I think I blew all my money gambling because you're drunk, you know, like I always mention gambling when I say I stopped drinking, like why I was good at drinking, the gambling is because you're up to the next day and you're just throwing money around because you're incoherent. You know what I mean? You're on coke, you're drinking for 36, 48 hours. And so he's like, hey, I want to go. He found a paper to get an escort. I was like, all right. So he went. The girl was coming back to the room. I said, give me some money. I'm going to eat. I was finally hungry. It was 2 days of fucking partying and drinking. So I came back up to the room. I was like, hey, so what happened, Mike? And he's like, oh yeah, she was great. She was a bosomy woman, like my mom's friend from when I was younger. And she would come over before school and say hi to me and give me a big hug and press her tits against me. And that's what I had her do. I'm like, you didn't fuck her? He's like, no, I just had her hug me and press her breasts against me. I'm like, what a fucking freak. I came with this freak to fucking Atlantic City. But listen, he's making fun of the fucking porno I'm watching. And meanwhile, he's hugging a lady with big tits. Like, the escort's probably like, this is the easiest $200 I ever fucking made. You know what I mean? And it probably felt good for her. Her father didn't hug her. That's why she's a fucking prostitute, you know? No one hugs her, you know? They fucking just come in her mouth and give her money and leave. But, yeah, that story... I don't know. It just had me thinking about the dog and ordering porno, and it happens. You roll over on the remote. Next thing you know, it's $900 worth of fucking porno and weird shit when you're on coke, I guess. But yeah, man, it's coming off close to kickoff. Last week, 2 weeks ago, 5 out of 6. The fucking Broncos plus 3.5. Couldn't even lose right to the fucking Raiders. Then last week, the Jaguars. There was a point when I was in Philly. And I'm trying to be in the moment. I'm with my girl. I'm with the dog. I don't need, and it was small. It was a $50 parlay. Hear this: 50 paid 53,000, not 100,000. I had touchdown. This guy scoring alternate rushing yards. This 22 teamer. And for whatever reason, I'm looking at it because there's so many options. I'm like, that hit, that hit, that hit, that hit. It's not winning and losing. It's players reaching a certain yards or scoring a touchdown, and that pays out the ass. And I'm sitting there looking. I'm like, yo, I need Deebo Samuels in the last afternoon game to get 40 yards or more. I'm hitting for 53 large. And then I'm looking at it. I'm like, fuck, I threw the Jaguars in there. And the Jaguars will fucking losing to the fucking only team without a win in the NFL, the fucking Texans. This trans-looking fuck, Trevor Lawrence, just sucking dicks. Not one dick, multiple dicks, probably 3 with one on the on-deck circle. Sucking fucking dicks and losing a perfectly... All right, that one lost because Deebo Samuels didn't get the 40 yards, but the other one ruined a perfectly good parlay that paid what on the air, $3,700? 1,000 in my real life because I was adding a little more onto it because I hit, so I let it ride. That's what I do. And I hit on the hedge from the 22. I went 16 out of 17 one week and then 22 out of 23. The 22 out of 23, I was able to hedge and guarantee myself 3,600, 3,400, whatever it was. And this cocksucker lost. It ruined a perfectly good part. $50 pays 50. That's plus 106,000 to 1 ounce. You know what I mean? That's insane, insane. But that's what I've been doing the last couple of weeks, alternating the lines, finagling it, and it's been fun because I like the low risk, high reward one. I have like a $50 one today that pays $957,000. Like imagine that. Imagine the executive at FanDuel. Like yeah, they're part of paying out as part of the game, but not when you're doing $50 to win $900,000. But listen, we'll see what happens. I've been close. We'll see what's going on. I like the picks this week. It's tough. The NFL is so you got the rules of don't bet this when it's that. Like there's so many road favorites this week. Beautiful, juicy 10-point lines. Like oh, they gotta win, right? No, it's the NFL. It's Vegas. They want but it's so tempting because it's not 100%. These rules these gambling rules are not 100%. You know, the public wins from time to time, and that's where I'm hoping this week. We're down, I think, 1,000 on the year from the big picks of the week, and you know, a five teamer a couple weeks ago lost. So I added a team because I'm a fucking idiot maniac. But we're sticking back with a 2-teamer. We're down 1,000 for the year, but we're one parlay away from winning and being up for the whole year. That's the beauty of a parlay. And I know a lot of people, just from my algorithm on TikTok, a lot of sports people, a lot of people giving picks. And listen, I'm going with the picks I like. I'm not breaking it down like, well, it's close to this or that. I'll do that sometimes, but like the people that just stick to a T, like, oh, I'm doing this because the formula of gambling says that. Like, but that's not 100%, asshole. But listen, the Bucks. Tom Brady went to a Robert Kraft's wedding. It's 10-point spread. Half the whole back lot of the Steelers are out. Minka Fitzpatrick, who's really, really, really good, and a couple games already with pick sixes, and it's only a quarter of the year. They're on FanDuel, which I think is the best gambling app. They have a win result, double result. They have it in the NBA, but it's easier in the NFL because they only do first half game. So they're a -10. So now I got the Buccaneers double result. So at halftime, they just got to be up, no spread, and at the end, just win the game. Come on, Tom Brady, Godwin, fucking Evans, let's go. The Bengals. This game started off, I think the Bengals might have been underdogs, but you got fucking the Red Rocket, Andy Dalton behind that. Again, more injuries on the road. These are all road favorites, but there's so many this week. Not every single one of them is gonna fucking lose. And playing the Saints, my girl's team. I hope she's not listening. And I don't know. The Bengals, like this is one of those games where if they lose again, you're like that Super Bowl hangover. That Super Bowl run wasn't real because they have all the talent in the world. Jamar Chase coming home. Burroughs, Chase played on the same team in that 2019 LSU championship team. And I just think, I think the Saints are just too banged up. I think this is a get right game for the Bengals. Take that money line. Then I got the Vikings again on the road, third string quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa, Teddy Bridgewater, both in concussion protocol. It's not a primetime game, so Kirk Cousins should show up. That's his kink in his armor, whatever it's called. I don't even know the term. Is primetime game. This is an afternoon game. Dalvin Cook, come home game in Miami. Third string quarterback, money line. They should be able to win. That's all I'm hoping for. Now my New York Giants, feel good fucking story. This guy Doberbill, whatever his fucking name, the coach coming from Baltimore, but through the tree of Belichick, that whole Belichick coaching lineage. 5.5, 4.5. You got Lamar Jackson, who could be here next year. You know what I mean? They don't want to give this man his money, who's one of the best quarterbacks. You know, people hating on him. a lot of racist people, executives, old white people don't like the running black quarterbacks, and he should be a receiver. And he showed everyone wrong, and he's betting on himself. Now doesn't even have an agent. He's trying to get a $250 million guaranteed contract. Good for you, Lamar. Go get it. You're balling out of control. I love you, Giants. Injuries, Saquon. Did I keep it close? I took them with the double result again. I think Baltimore's going to come out. They're going to come out hot. They're missing a receiver, but you still have Lamar. You got the tight end, Andrews. And I'm doing the double result. It was minus 120. That's a gift. The Bucks one was minus 185. Usually it's around 200 when the team should win. We'll see what happens. I'm betting against my Giants. This one's the next two are the ones that scare me. 49ers, they play in San Francisco. They were in Carolina last week, routed them, and the coach had them stay, which is smart. You don't want to keep playing the time zone game. Stay, practice here, build team unity. The guys hang out with each other. I like that, but they're dealing with a lot of uh, injuries, in the secondary and on the line. Bosa's out, but I still really like this 49ers team. They have a lot of weapons on offense. They still have players on defense, and I'm just asking them to win. Take the 49ers money line. And the last one. So those are all 1 o'clock. Things start hitting, everything going good. Whew, we got a 4 o'clock game to hedge. And I already talked about the hedge with the 22 out of 23 pick that I won $3,500 on a $100 bet. You know what I mean? It was shits and giggles, and I was able to hedge and guarantee myself money. And with that aforementioned 49ers team, I was like, hey, you know what? That game that I hedged on, that I was guaranteeing myself $3,500. I said, no, I'm going to take some money off the winnings. Let's pound it. Live betting during the game, plus 490. So for every 100 you bet, you win 490 on the 49ers. So we ate that night, hedging and fucking betting on the hedge. The Buffalo Bills, last year, one of the best games of the whole fucking year, let alone playoffs, in Kansas City. They scored like 3 or 4 touchdowns in like the last minute and a half, each team back and forth. And Super Bowl aspiration Buffalo Bills team, stacked, really good defense. The Chiefs, Mahomes. I loved them at Texas Tech. Degenerate gambler, betting on Tuesdays and Thursdays games when they would play. Not sure why the NFL scouts didn't see that. I saw it. It's not like, this guy turned out to be good. No, he was going to be good. His dad played for the Mets. They have athletic, again, lineage. I guess the word of the week. I just think they traded Tyreek Hill to the Dolphins, who were betting against, and they replaced him with Scantling and Schuster from the Steelers, and they're playing good. But I just think this Bills team is just stacked and ready for a revenge game from last year. And at that point, yes, do I want my record to get better on the air? But you know what? If it gets to that point and all we have is the Bills left, we'll go for the hedge because, a record on this little show is good. But you know what? Our pockets is what matters. We're here to make money. And at that point, that's the only 4 o'clock game, and it's at 4:25, not the 4:10. So we should know how the earlier picks went, good, bad, or ugly. And at that point, we drop a bomb on the hedge and take the Chiefs money line. It won't play that much, but know what? We'll cover our ass and guarantee ourselves money, which is all this is about: making money and bettering our chance of making money, bettering our odds of winning. We're never going to be good at this. We'll hopefully just better our odds at winning. You know what I mean? That's all you can hopefully try to do because you're going against the mammoth of Vegas. You know what I mean? People always like, why do you think Vegas has all that pretty shit? Because they just stack money from people just losing and betting and this. But I like this parlay. Bounce back week for us. Let's go through it. Bucks and Ravens, double reserve. Bucks, Ravens, double reserve. Bucks, Ravens, double results. First half winning, second half winning. Bengals money line, Vikings money line, 49ers money line, and then the Bills. And remember, if you're following this, hedge with the Kansas City Chiefs. If we make it that far, God willing, let's go. Big week, big hits, big picks of the week. I'm ready to go. I got a show tonight. I got some sleep last night. I found a Tylenol and a half PM in the closet. I was exhausted. I don't sleep for shit, but I am ready to go. I ain't going to burn that stage down tonight. I'm going to burn that stage down tomorrow. And listen, hopefully next week we're back talking stacking money, having great shows, enjoying the fall. Get a fucking organic pump in. Get a costume. Don't fucking be a grown up and not be happy. Go out and live and have fun. And get a fucking pumpkin and make homemade pumpkin seeds. And know what? Rub some fucking coconut oil on them. Make them CBD coconut oil like I do. Make them a little spicy with a little cayenne. And fucking be happy and love life, man. It's the fall in New York City. Get the long winter ahead of us, which I'm looking forward to myself. It's never cold out. It's just your lack of dressing properly, asshole. Go outside. It's still cold. Go back inside to get another shirt. Go back outside. Still cold? Put on some fucking long johns. It's never cold. It's your lack of preparing for the fucking cold, you fucking idiot. Get a nice jacket. Get a better jacket. But anyway, I digress. There's been another episode of the Big T Show. Thank you for watching. And, let's get some money and see you next week. Later.